it going, everybody? And got some big news. There is a new addition to the family. We had to let the Triax go. After watching the videos, the reviews, seeing the specifications, I decided to go and shoot a VXR. And we ended up getting the 31.5 inch. All same equipment, same rest. I've had this rest for 6 or 7 years. I even had it on my Mission Ballistic before the Triax. This went on the Triax. Went to a single pin sight. It's a HHA optimizer, Mathews rest. The only thing I did is I went with the Mathews stabilizer. So I got the VXR. The draw cycle is extremely smooth. With the longer axle to axle, it is a dream to pull back. The 70 pounds feels like it's 2/3 of the Triax 70 pounds. It's easier to draw back. I have the 75-pound mods, and I'm probably going to switch to those after this season, and probably hump the 75-pound mods next season. So just because it's that easy to draw back. I did notice shooting it without the stabilizer, there was a little vibration, but not much. With the stabilizer on it, which I have on a quick detach, there's literally no vibration. And let's talk about noise. Super quiet. This is probably the quietest bow I've ever shot. Accuracy, you know, the longer axle to axle, it's got a 6-inch brace height. I'm shooting about a 1-inch group at 40 yards to a 2-inch group. I've never stacked arrows at 40 yards like that before, ever. I am not an expert. I am not a competition shooter. I'm an average hunter, Joe Schmo that just enjoys shooting a bow and hunting with a bow. And I have to say, to date, this is the most accurate bow I've shot. My technique's improved a lot as well. I haven't always been a big bow hunter or archery hunter, but I've been getting more and more into it as muzzleload hunting and gun hunting. It's just easy. You know, I always take deer with a firearm, and I wanted something a little more challenging. A couple years ago, I got a crossbow. Harvested 3 deer with the crossbow, and harvested an elk with a crossbow. So now I've gone down to basically strictly bow hunting for now. The wife's on board. She knows what it means to me, but it's a challenge. We just moved this year, and I'm hunting a new WMA, and so I'm having to learn that chunk of land, as well as solely going to straight up bow hunting. So it's been interesting. I switched back to a thumb release just because it just seems more natural to me. So that the accuracy is on par, and it's really, I'm gonna have to start practicing out further, 50 and 60 yards. And then let's talk speed. So I ripped off the tapes. A buddy of mine came over. We both shot it. I didn't have a lot of time. I wanted to hunt Saturday evening. I wanted to get this thing shooting dead on, and we accomplished that. Only lost 3 arrows. But we put the new tapes on, and we said, you know, we shot it at 20, we shot it at 40. when we came back and did the calculation, I saw the tape, and I'll put an image up for this. This thing is actually shooting a lot faster than the 28-inch Triax, and you know, having that kind of speed, I don't think there's going to be any problems with pass-throughs or you know, with how quiet it is, with the speed. You know, I think that's going to cut down on a lot of deer reaction. I think they are going to have it, but this thing is really sending these arrows out, and they're punching pretty hard on the target as well. Shooting the Easton Axis 340s with a Luminox, and then a 100 grain field point, and then normally I hunt with a Schwacker. So you know, I'm really excited. Hopefully I can get lucky enough to harvest one, and I'll have some more information about this bow later, but first impressions, this thing is amazing. The verdicts, I didn't make the jump to the verdicts because I didn't see a lot of improvements. Another major improvement in the design is the harmonic stabilizer down here, where it's out in the front and away. They created the riser more like their target bows. This thing just shoots. I've never shot this well in my life, and I'm gonna attribute to some of it to the technique and how I've been trying to improve what I do, but to see such a drastic improvement is also in the bow. It was worth it. So I ended up selling the Triax, and I had to let it go, and it was hard because I had never harvested a deer with the Triax. I had a couple opportunities, and it just it didn't work out, but you know, hopefully we can get it done. What caught my eye about the color, and this is the new color, the ambush green, is I served in the United States Army as a airborne paratrooper, and or airborne infantryman, and this is OD green. This was back when I was in the military. This was the color of the Army, so to speak. Even my wedding band, my silicone wedding band is olive green. So you know, I love the color scheme. I love how it looks, but more importantly is how it shoots and how it operates. And I haven't owned a bow yet that even compares to what this thing can do. I have a buddy coming over today to shoot it for the first time. He wants to check it out. He's been shooting a Verdix. I've also, we'll probably get some video of Willie's reaction, even though it's going to be a little late, because he's already shot it. But I'll definitely have his comments on it, and he has owned 50 or 60 bows. He switches out a bow probably every 6 months, and he's actually a bow tech. So he hasn't had a chance to shoot it until I purchased one, and of course he rushed over like a kid on Christmas to come over and check it out and see if it was worth all the hype. And I can tell you right now, he's considering probably getting one, but I think he wants to get a deer with his new Verdicts that he just got a couple weeks ago. And he traded in his Hoyt for it, so for the Verdicts. But after shooting this, I believe he actually shot this more than I did during the sight-in, and he really enjoyed it. So, and I wanted his opinion on the bow as well. But it's just been a phenomenal performer. The wife's seen the pictures and seen me shoot it, and you know, she sees a huge improvement between the last bow and this bow, especially shooting at 40 yards, where with the Triax I was putting about a 4 to 3.5 inch group, and I had basically cut that in half. And that was only the second day shooting the bow. So you know, nothing but good things coming, and hopefully we can get a tag punched.